I'm Nod Knowles, I'm Chief Executive of Bath Festivals, and I can't think of a better job to be doing than to be working in this beautiful city, this beautiful area of Somerset, and working with some of the greatest creative talents and imaginations that the world has seen, and bringing them all here, both for the people of Bath, who deserve the very, very best, and of course for all those hundreds of thousands of people who visit the city every year, seeing the beautiful architecture, the Roman baths, watching our great rugby club, and of course enjoying all of the cultural delights that the festival has to offer.
This festival has been very famous for its core classical programme, quite rightly so over the years, and we still have great classical music. You know, we have the Belcher String Quartet, the Elias String Quartet, some wonderful pianists like Yevgeny Sudlin, and we cover all that range of core classical, but at the same time we also cover great American and European jazz and world music and folk. And I think these days we have music lovers who love all this music, and it's perfectly permissible to be somebody who wants to hear Bach one night and then wants to go to a late night jazz gig the next night and then wants to hear a great folk musician the following night. And this is the world we're now living in, and it's the kind of musician I want to be. It's the kind of musician I'd like to be, and I'd like to also encourage the audiences to be as fluid and as courageous and as you know, as adventurous as they can be. Well, this year we've tried to add a few new things in, extra to what we were doing last year. So we've got these tango classes going on at the Guildhall, which is very exciting, just before a great tango cabaret show in the evening. And the other thing I'm very pleased about is a late night series that we're now doing at Invention Arts, which is extremely diverse music, and it ranges from harpsichord music, you know, Baroque harpsichord music, to a fantastic recital by the Chinese lute player, the pipa player, Wu Man, who came and opened our series and made everybody cry. It was so beautiful.
I just find, like, with this festival, it's quite unique. Like, I don't really know any other festivals like it, because a lot of the music, I mean, it's not mainstream, you know. If you're really into that sort of music, you'll have heard of the artist, but otherwise, you know, not. So it's a great way to sort of try out new kind of genre and new different forms of music, but kind of know that you're going to get something great and something really quality.
Toni Kofi gig just now was tremendous, and it's a real good example of how mixed and wonderful quality this festival is. Today I've been to Katherine Tickell in playing the Northumbrian pipes, so Northumbrian pipes and fiddles, folk music. A film about Thelonious Monk, and then Toni Kofi playing wonderful jazz with his quartet this afternoon, and then this evening back at the Assembly Rooms to hear a classical concert. And that's also what the Bath Festival is all about. You can do all of that in one day.
Thrill to put anything on here in the Abbey. It's a very special building to me. I think it's the heart of Bath City, and it's fantastic to have this internationally renowned choir, the Bulgarian choir, coming, doing actually what I've been talking about, which is on the one hand church music from Russia and Eastern Europe, which is very beautiful, but also folk music, which is very earthy and very exciting. So it's just the most marvellous combination in here for us. From 16 or 17 countries this year. It's very important to me to have that real international feeling. But of course it's for people of Bath, so we try and make sure that we have very diverse programming, and particularly we're trying to encourage young people to come to things.
Canary, canary, canoe. Hummingbirds hum something rotten. But what does a didgeridoo do? Oh, what does a didgeridoo? What does a didgeridoo? What does a didgeridoo do? I give you a blackbird. You give me a stealth bomber. I give you abundance, you give me waste.
It was better than I expected. A lot better.
Brilliant.
I think the music was a fantastic addition.
I think that it's very good for your client base or your potential client base that you're seen to be doing this. I think it's very good for your staff to be seen doing this. If you're paying them reasonably well, then to do something which is socially useful for the community is a good thing to add on. And of course, if you happen to be one of the people who's a specific guest here this evening, maybe from your client base, that's particular bonus for those particular group of people. And that's how I think we benefit from it.
So the whole history of Bath and the reason it's so successful and can continue to be successful is that it rests on creativity, imagination, entrepreneurialism of the kind that all great businessmen understand, all great artists understand. The link between their creativity is absolute. And we try and bring that into schools just as much as into the business and to the artistic arena in the area, with our education program that runs right the way around the year, dealing from tiny ones through to university students, and actually concentrating on the business of them being creative, using their imagination, using their brains to make business, to make art, to make ideas, to make a great life for the people of the city.